was a very generous introduction. Okay, I'm going to try to fit this into 5 minutes, so I'm sorry if I go over. So I was thinking to paint a picture of what it's like to be a volunteer and how that fits into my life. So there's like 3 elements of my life that are really important and fundamental to me. So one of them is the CFA life, and then the other one's the employment and hobby life, and then the other one is the hub, my family and my support. So CFA life, like Lex already mentioned, I grew up in a family of CFA volunteers, and been there for 15 years, done lots of different positions in my time at Brigade. I've been a lieutenant, looked after the juniors, lots of things. Now I'm the, Brigade Community Relations Officer, so I look after all sorts of things, community safety and operational firefighter. So that side of life is really important, but it has to work in with all the others. So my other life, career, I work here a couple of days a week, which I absolutely adore, and I do film and television wherever I can get a gig. The other section, which is just the hub of these 2 things, is my family. So I have 3 children. They're 2 years, 4 years and 6 years old, so they're all crazy. I've got one at home full-time still. Keeps me totally on my toes and makes everything, worth it. But it has to fit in for them logistically. And then I have my husband, Paul, who is a massive core and support of what I can do. Without him, I don't know if I could balance these other 2 things. Sometimes these things one might get heavier than the other, and that becomes a juggling act. But, if you can balance them all, everything works really neatly and nicely together. And some of the opportunities that are created through being a volunteer can make those things work really well in together. So some of the courses that I've been offered, like Challenge and Fireline Leadership, all those things give you great fireline, firefighting skills and great leadership skills, but they also work in amazingly with, your career and your life goals and values. And there's so many other opportunities, like the Moomba experience. That was a crazy experience and something that I'll never forget and totally life-changing, and also supports things in my career and performance, and also in being a volunteer. It's opened up some amazing doors. And some of the other things, I was able to speak for the media launch for Fire Action Week, and I've got my Captain Koala and April show, which a lot of you have seen, which also supports my career, my home life, because my kids love me doing that, and also, CFA time. Just to paint a picture of what it's like for me at home, the ripple effect of going to a fire call. So something that happens a couple of times a week. So, I was thinking of an example. Friday night, perfect example. So it's my son's 5th birthday on Saturday, and I had to make a cake. And he picked out of the Woman's Weekly book a clown. I'll just rig that up. So at 9 at night, I'm rigging up a clown cake. So my pager goes off at about 9:30 or 9:45, but I haven't finished the freckles around his face. So, that kind of a thing. I'm not able to go to calls all day long. I keep my pager on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but I have to, select where I can go. I can't go if I'm here at work. I can't go if my husband's not at home. So I go sort of between 6 p.m. at night, when he gets home from work, till 6 a.m. in the morning, till he can go to work the next day. So in that time slot, I'll drop everything to go to those calls because they're important. So I drop down my freckles and out I run. And Paul's amazing. He is so in this with me that he'll go out, he warms up the car for me. We used to have a gate. He'll open the gate for me. He's been seen in my spotty dressing gown at 3 a.m. opening that gate when I had my 1-tonner that you had to warm up for ages. It's totally supportive of it. So, I go to the fire call, and I do my thing, and then I come home 3/4 of an hour later. In the meantime, Paul's seen the cake, so he fixes up that, he continued doing the things that I was doing, and then I got home and it was late, but I still had to finish my clown cake. So, the ripple effect is something that it doesn't just stop at going to the fire call and doing my thing. It's what happens at home, the logistics. If you've got kids, okay, I've got to go. Don't forget, tea's on there, and, get those pyjamas out there. So, some of those things you have to be prepared and planned for to make it all work. But my 3 elements are very important, and I'm very proud of being able to make all of those work together. And I'm very proud of being able to talk here about Volunteer Week. It's an important time. So thank you for having me. That's all.